Everyone fighting for every position on the racetrack, but it's time for the playoffs to get underway for the Xfinity Series. Cole Custer, Josh Berry making up row one. Custer on the outside, Berry on the inside. Green flags in the air. Playoffs are underway. Chandler Smith making that high line work for him as he jumps up to second quickly. Parker Kligerman in the 48.
I love that decision by Sam Mayer, though. Everybody said they just want to have a smooth start to the playoffs. Well, how do you do that? By making some calmer decisions, not pushing every position.
Here comes Sammy Smith in the 18 to the inside of Josh Berry. Berry's falling back. After starting on the front row, he is already back to fifth.
Yeah, you can see they're lined up. They see him up there. You see Allgaier. He is not going to want to give him an opportunity to get back on the bottom.
These are all teammates right here.
Here's what happened. Here's what got Josh Berry on the outside. As he got so loose with John Hunter underneath him. Did a great job of saving that car.
Door to door still for position.
But you can see the confidence starting to build in the outside lane. If Hemrick wanted to, he could easily just fall in behind like he's doing right now, Kim, but instead he tried to make that outside work.
And Sam Mayer making very smart decisions right now. And when he talked to me this morning, he said that is what they are trying to do this first round of the playoffs. Don't overwork themselves, meaning don't put themselves in a situation with unnecessary risk. That is the goal for tonight.
Junior running in the 13th position and a little bumping and banging there.
Tight right, watch the bottom, watch the bottom.
Dale mentioned about the, a new spotter. So Joey Meyer on the roof. He's always used TJ Majors, but when we talk about it's a playoff race, Dale says, you know what? I'm going to leave TJ with Josh Berry, which is who he normally spots for on Saturday. And here's the 88, just gets a little free, slides up, contact. 51 tries to kind of give him space, but.
And Junior did exactly the right thing there. He got in the throttle, the back end came around, he started making contact, and just quit the fight. Said, hey, I'm not going to wreck you. I'm not going to cause you a problem.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. currently running in the 13th position, and he told Jeff Burton that during pre-race that the goal was top 15. Top 10 would be an absolute great day for them. But how was he feeling before qualifying? Well, he told me he was more nervous before qualifying than he was for his first ever Cup race. After that was behind him, he said everything from then on, just icing on the cake, Dave.
Kim, just in front of him, Daniel Hemrick. The only thing he had really to be nervous about this weekend was a brand new setup on all of the Kaulig racing cars. In fact, he told me that they went through the simulation several times with several different drivers, and one of the crew chiefs told me they even tried to talk each other out of this setup because it was so radical compared to what they had done here last year. So far, he's going backwards. The 16 of Chandler Smith kind of neutral right now. If it comes in later, it's going to be a great accomplishment. Right now, there's a little concern.
Jeb could be the first playoff driver to go a lap down to Cole Custer.
And this is where the team has to help Jeb as well, because he's thinking this is his whole race probably with that 00 behind him. And you just say, listen, we have a good car. Let's not make this a bigger issue. Even if we lose a lap, it's okay. There's 36 laps to go. We'll continue. Maybe we'll get a cycle of yellows, free passes. I mean, you can't panic just because this looks pretty inevitable as good as this 00 is.
Yeah, you see what Cole Custer did right there, Steve. He used all the racetrack in the middle of the corner, and that's when you start to see the top come in. He drove in the corner, went up the track, and then turned down and ran off the bottom, and he made it work for that pass. And that tells me, Dylan, that the track is getting ready to change.
I guess what's the etiquette here when the leader comes up behind you? Are you giving him the low line? You giving him the high line? Where do you give him?
Well, I mean, if you're going to give him the lane, I think you would give him the bottom. The problem is if you're on the lead lap, you're not going to give him anything, right? You're going to make him fight for it all. As we see the 9 of Brandon Jones work to the inside of the 20. We talk a lot about Justin Allgaier and those 1,000 laps led because it's very impressive. Well, remember a crew chief change at Junior Motorsports, really for the whole organization, a big swab all the way around. And Allgaier's former crew chief, Jason Burdett, now the crew chief on the 9. And I say that because Brandon Jones up to 3rd, one of the best cars on the racetrack. Dave, what does Brandon Jones think of his car?
Well, Steve, after starting 8th, he's got to be pretty happy with it now. When I talked to Jason Burdett about this track and your chances to be an upset guy to the playoff drivers, he said we really didn't have this one circled. Most of the ovals that the playoffs go to are very good for Jones in past history and not bad for Junior Motorsports. So they knew they were going to be good here. They knew this was the only track they'd be good at. Right now, he's moved his way up to 3rd.
And Cole Custer is trying to grab his 6th stage win this season. There has never been a caution-free stage here until right now. The first time ever they have gone from green to the end of the stage. Brandon Jones on the outside in the 9. Stage 2 underway. And Custer, another good launch there as he's out front. Now Brandon Jones trying to take that 2nd spot away. Up the racetrack, the 7 goes. Contact is made. The 7 slid way up the racetrack. He got into the side of the 9.
Yeah, there's that right front fender damage. A little bit of smoke off the 9 car.
Great save.
And kind of holding everybody up on the top, and the bottom is coming on him. And now a lead change potentially down the back straightaway.
Side by side for the top spot. And right now, Custer, this could be the first lap he hasn't led in this race.
Take it.
And Allgaier out in front, and he leads his first lap at Bristol here in 2023.
Hitting the brake pads like he's stepping on the brakes.
Yeah, lost brakes. He said take it straight to the garage.
Oh, man, this is just one of those unforced errors that, you know, we see it every time. The playoffs, crazy things happen for the 48 team. This mechanical issue is going to be a big shot in the points. They're going to lose a ton of points. So many cars still out there running.
And was excited to be a part of the playoffs, and now race number 1, they have an issue behind the wall and hood up already.
Oh, we had a wreck.
And the 38 is around, and so the caution has come out. Joe Graff Jr. got up into the wall, and John Hunter Nemechek making up that inside row. Great launch for Allgaier as he's out front. Custer trying to take advantage of another good restart. He gets back up to 2nd. John Hunter Nemechek back to 3rd. Austin Hill is up here running in the 4th position. And remember, Dale Earnhardt Jr., he came to pit road. He is running up inside the top 5.
And those newer tires, I didn't think they would start that close to the front, but here he is. You got to be very careful racing this 19 here.
Oh, and into the wall hard, the 8. Josh Berry as well as Sam Mayer in the 1. More contact behind him. Ryan Sieg in the 39 is around.
3 Junior Motorsports cars. Big fire under the hood for the 8 of Josh Berry. It looks to me that the right front goes down. So right here they bang, and now watch this. Before he hits the 1, there are sparks underneath the rear bumper, which I wonder if the 8 didn't cut a right front, because it just seemed to really go straight.
Here's a great shot of it. Come off turn 4. The 1 comes down and makes a little bit of contact.
I'd love to see what Josh has to say, but it wouldn't shock me if he says, we banged, and then I went in there and the right front was soft.
Now 121 laps left in the race. Dale Earnhardt Jr. out in front, fighting back on the inside, though. Chandler Smith in the 16.
Kind of a messy, stacked up restart in the 2nd and 3rd rows. Is Junior now running around the top, going to try to carry the momentum, take the lead, and he'll do it.
How about that?
What do you say? I'm trying to figure out what the switches are doing.
Well, he's figured that out as Trevor Bayne comes up as well in the 19.
I wonder if the 16 doesn't have an issue, though, here, or if he just got maybe something on his tires. He kind of went up, looked okay right there, but looked really funny the last lap.
First, it was Junior Motorsports drivers that got into each other. Now, Richard Childress Racing drivers that have gotten into each other, and Austin Hill is on pit road.
Yeah, you can see right here the 2 of Sheldon Creed running the bottom of the racetrack, Austin Hill on the top. They're going to come together on the corner on the exit, and the 2 just gets up into the 21 and spins him around. That's just a mistake you can't make. These are young drivers. This is the Xfinity Series, and it's about growing and learning, but you're both in pretty good shape here. Just contacting the left rear quarter panel. Richard Childress is not going to like that.
Well, former Xfinity Series champion Daniel Hemrick has had quite a night. That car has been a nightmare to handle, but they have been working on it back and forth, taking adjustments in, taking adjustments out. His biggest problem now is that he's out of tires. The only freshest tires he has remaining, if they were to pit, would be 11-lap tires. Dylan?
Ryan Sieg finished 10th here last year, runs 3rd right now. Talked to him before the race, said, I grew up on short tracks. The finesse it takes to make speed here is something that feels really natural to me. Team just told him, stay high up on the racetrack. Going to make it a lot harder for the guys to get by you on the inside. By the way, he was in that 3-car wreck of the Junior Motorsports cars, spun, hit the back of Brandon Jones, still's recovered to 3rd.
He's better than the 7, but now the 7 jumps up in the outside lane.
Cautions come out, and the 91 is spinning. Now, just 44 laps remaining. John Hunter Nemechek on the inside. Daniel Hemrick on the outside.
Oh, yeah, he's on fire. There's smoke in the right side of the car. You see the smoke coming from somewhere. I'm not sure what's going on.
He's ready to jump out. He said, he wants one of the safety officials to come over. They're not going to do it. He's jumping out of the car.
He's gone to another team. Another team has come to assist him.
And remember, he's trying to get out of there as fast as he can, but he doesn't do this every week.
Gonna kiss you here.
That was close. Allgaier slid just in front of Hemrick. Now Hemrick has cars in front of him. Allgaier out in front at Bristol. Remember, it wasn't that long ago that Allgaier was in victory lane. It was at Daytona. One more time around for Justin Allgaier. He's led 109 laps. It'll be 110 when he comes back by to see the checkered flag for his 22nd career win. Justin Allgaier wins at Bristol.
It's Bristol, baby, come on! Woo!
Allgaier now on to the round of 8.
Huge win for Justin, not just for the championship.
Here's how you start the playoffs, boys. Yeah! Yes!
Hi, I'm Parker Kligerman. For more access like this from Pit Road, be sure to click and subscribe to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube channel.